Hey, welcome back everyone, and if you're new here, hey, how's it going? I'm Dev. Today we're going to be exploring the early root Pokemon of the Savantos region. Also, last thing before getting into the video here, I did have two comments that did tell me that there is a Pokemon project that is already called Pokemon Larimar, so that name will officially be dropped and the project will just be called the Savantos region from now on. So today we are showcasing the early route bird, rodent, or mammal, I guess. Lechonk kind of messed that whole thing up, didn't he?
I'll be popping. Sparkles and
and the regional bug, and a fourth design that I am actually very proud of, so I hope you guys enjoy that one as well. Also, the map is a little in progress, I guess you could say.
What the hell? Oh my god, no way.
I will be getting to work on the map really soon. I'm going to save it for a lore video for Savantos and the new gimmick that I will be showcasing in the next few videos in this series. Other than that, if you aren't subscribed to keep up with the channel in Savantos, what are you doing? Other than being a great human being, of course. But anyways, enough playing around, let's get into the first Pokemon here. So this first design here is going to be based off of the palm chat, which is the national bird of the Dominican Republic. So based on the fact that it is literally the national bird of the Dominican Republic, and it's a native animal to the Dominican Republic, I had to make a Pokemon out of it. So what better Pokemon to make than the Route 1/ early route bird? I used a variety of other birds to incorporate into this design as well, just because growing up I did have a lot of birds around me, so I just felt like it was only right considering that my family is Dominican, they owned a lot of birds, and I just kind of incorporated them into that, like the cockatoo and just a normal parrot. I also incorporated those traits of parrots and other talkative birds like that into this Pokemon. Like for the Dex entry, you'll see what I'm speaking about. Even the name itself, I really love what I came up with here because it just hits really close to home. Meet Palchat, the tiny bird Pokemon. These Pokemon are very talkative. They talk so much, other Pokemon stay away from them, so they don't have to hear them anymore. No matter what, Palchat are always repeating anything that they hear. Getting into the next design here, we have a very hungry boy. This one is based off of the ox beetle larva. The ox beetles themselves aren't native to the Dominican Republic, but they are commonly found there. A big reason why I wanted to incorporate that into the region here is because I'm a very big fan of the beetles. Not the band, but actual beetles like the bug. Although Strawberry Fields Forever is kind of a bop, I'm not gonna lie. Also, at the time of this recording, I do have the secondary evolution finished and the final evolution is in the sketching process. And currently, it's definitely one of my favorite Pokemon of the region so far. Also, I'm a beetle stan, so I do have a little bit of a bias, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Meet Grubbug, the larva Pokemon. Grubbug is a very sleepy Pokemon, usually resting in trees. They eat up to 20,000 calories a day just to satiate their hunger. It's said that their horns are as hard as steel. Alright, here we go, getting into the Route 1 mammal, not rodent, because of Lechonk. The inspiration for this design came from the Hispaniolan Solanonin? Solanodon? Hispaniola Solanodon. Okay, I think I got it this time. This ugly motherfucker. As you can tell, these things are very ugly. But a cool thing about them is that they're actually venomous. I haven't actually heard of a venomous rodent mammal creature before, so I definitely wanted to use this, especially since they are native to the Dominican Republic as well. I've been saying that a lot, but it's true, and it's just a really cool concept to kind of run with. A vibe I also wanted to run with in this design was a secondary inspiration of the Delinquent. If you guys have watched my Feraligatr redesign video, you will know that I'm a very big fan of the Delinquent trope, except this time, this Delinquent does not have a heart of gold. He's a complete completely. Let's get on to meet Slacky, the Goon Pokemon. Slacky are some of the rudest group of Pokemon. They squad up together to attack other Pokemon if they have something that they want. These Pokemon are also highly poisonous and tend to make Pokemon sick when they are attacked by a group of them. Okay, so here is the final design of this video, and this is the one at the beginning of the video that I was speaking about that I was very excited to show today. So this Pokemon is based off of the early route archetype where you can find a Pokemon at a really rare spawn that just has a typing that would be really cool to have that early in the game. Think of like Ralts, maybe Purloin, if Purloin counts, maybe Shanks. I know Purloin and Shanks aren't necessarily rare, but they do have types that aren't commonly found that early in the game. And the concept I used here for this design is luchadors and Japanese wrestling, more specifically based on Tiger Mask, which I believe is a Japanese wrestler, but also it just kind of popped in my mind that King is a thing, but he's not a tiger, he's a jaguar, so that's a completely different thing in general. This guy is technically based on a jaguar. It's a jaguar that's found in Central America called Jaguarando or something like that. And that type of cat, I would say, the very big cat Pokemon just kind of sparked the idea in my mind. I know we have Incineroar that I'm pretty positive is based off of Tiger Mask himself, but I just wanted to take my own spin on the idea, because I really do love masks and other things like that. I'm just a very big stan for characters in masks. And yes, this is not an animal that is native to the Dominican Republic. Wrestling isn't really that popular in the Dominican Republic either. And Tiger Mask is definitely a Japanese wrestler, and luchadors are from Mexico. So this is one of the more self-indulgent designs of the decks. There will be a lot of those, I won't lie to you, but they'll be tasteful. I won't flood the decks with my fan fiction or what have you. Also, the breed of Jaguar, the Jaguarunda, I'm gonna say that wrong for eternity, but it translates to Dark Jaguar. I want to say that's kind of true. I read it off of a wiki and it just sounded cool, so that push this design for me even more to just make it. And one last thing, I don't usually talk about evolutions in these videos unless I'm making the actual evolutions themselves, and that will come much later. But I do want to explain the concept for the evolutions of this Pokemon, because it is going to be a split evolution. So my idea for this evolution is going to be that there's a split evolution. One is going to be a quote-unquote good Jaguar in the wrestling scene. He's going to be the hero. And the other evolution is going to be the heel Jaguar in the entire wrestling scene. Pokemon wrestling, if you want to call it that. And the hero one has to use Circle Throw 20 times to evolve into that hero form. Or if it evolves into the, I guess, heel evil form, it would have to use Storm Throw 20 times and then evolve. So yeah, I just wanted to say that because I think having a cool split evolution like that for a Pokemon like this is interesting. Meet Kittes, the wrestler Pokemon. These Pokemon are very competitive, and they love to spar with anyone who decides to do so. Most Kittes decide to find the biggest opponents to grapple with. Specifically, they seek their tried and true rivals, Incineroar. So that was the early route Mons of the Savantos region. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Tell me which one was your favorite. And the next video for Savantos is going to actually be on regional forms, which is very exciting because I am currently designing them for a lot of Pokemon that I very much enjoy, and the process is being super cool and lucrative, and I really love what I'm coming up with right now, so I hope you guys do too. Also, I would just like to say, if you made it to the end of this video, thank you for watching very much. I appreciate it. I just want to take a little bit of time to acknowledge that the support on the first video for the Savantos region was unreal to me. I did not expect so many people to watch that video on my very small channel. Thank you to everyone who subscribed and who wants to see more of Savantos and hopefully my work as well. I'm going to be sure to create these designs and make lore for this region to be very enjoyable, and I really appreciate you guys, truly. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.